Okay, welcome back to S4G. It is what it is. Opinion show. Now, I happened to go into my Instagram this afternoon after waking up, and this is what I see. After all the love I showed OSCHINO, everything been a wrap, and I replied back to what he said to me, acting like he didn't know me, and I left it on, you know what, you said you don't want no beef with me, I don't want no beef with you. Guess he got mad because of the love people were showing, and as he can see, I speak nothing but the truth and facts. So I guess he felt some type of way. You know what I mean? And the same thing he tried to do to Meek. You know what I mean? I happen to show the proof. And, you know, it is what it is now. He later on, but really, we know what you really trying to do, Skino. You playing that role like you don't know me, this and that. You playing like I'm trying to write off your name, but really, you want the attention. You need everything you can get because you couldn't keep yourself up after getting with Jay-Z and everybody else. You fell off. And bomb session is at hand. So I'm about to bomb OSCHINO crazy, y'all, and y'all know how I do. It's going there. All right, so I'm gonna take y'all through every step before I end this conclusion. So this is what I get, and if you notice up at the top, it says right there, okay, cool, because everything was official. He comes later on after acting like he didn't see none of the love I showed him in none of the videos, right? He says, and you know how I do with the verbal. I'm pretty sure y'all probably read about it now, but you know how I do. I'm not going to glorify the negative words, stuff like that, even though I'm showing y'all facts. So I'm not going to say the words, but I'm going to interpret it myself. Clown nobody a N-word. You would have been better off asking me to help you get some subscribers. Ain't that what the boy said about you? The internet boy? I ain't saying his name no more. You a rapper now? Laugh out loud. Kick rocks, vagina. Really? This is my response. That's what you say after I supported and even did videos getting people to understand your point. I got over 1,000 subscribers by myself and my own fans. I don't need help unlike you needing Meek, crybaby. And the whole city know I ain't never been a vagina. And no, I spit bars. Way better than you at that. But since you want to talk like this after the love I showed you, my next track about you. Bet you know this song is about you. Yeah. I'ma kill you with these bars. You clown. Laugh out loud, gots to. You know you messed up, right? Yup, in my Menace Society voice. You know you messed up, right? You know you messed up, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So now we go here, right? Now, mind you, this is what he started doing. Before I go to the next one, this is what he started doing. Y'all go ahead and start reading if y'all want before I go there. This is what he started doing. He said other things, but then he started deleting what he said as he's posting it and going to say, oh, I forgot. You're going to use this against me. You're going to use these words against me. You know why he said that? And you know why he took the words down? You know why? Because guess what? You know that I'm speaking facts. If you know you speaking straight up and you speaking facts, why would you worry if I'm using words against you? You trying to slander my name. You trying to make it seem like I'm a liar or fraud or something. Then you use Meek words against him. You had no problem posting his words, his messages, and none of that. You know what I mean? So you're contradicting yourself. Everything you say about me goes for you and Meek. You know what I mean? Now watch this. This is what he says. Check this out. After he said what he said to myself, oh, you know, you're going to try to use these messages and stuff like that. What you mean? Anybody going to use proof? If you're trying to slander their name and make them seem like a liar. You know what I mean? And you got my number. I sent you my number, plus you sent me your number. The number got changed because I called this number because like we both men. You know what I mean? And it's out there in the messages. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm going to tell y'all some things that y'all ain't going to see because he deleted some messages. So therefore, I ain't show that same message looking like I'm replying to myself. But I said to him, I said, if I was a hater, you understand what I'm saying? Basically, he tried to make it, I told him, I said, yo, how you going to see? You know what I mean? How can you see? He basically trying to say he felt some type of way about me when I put it out there by him saying that he didn't know who trying to say he didn't know who I was. You know what I'm saying? And talking about somebody could have called him or whatever. I did call him. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know what I mean? Obviously, he changed his number by then. And I sent him my number. He could have called me, but yet he's doing this. He wants me to do this. And you mess with the right one. So when we went back and forth on that note, and I told him, because for saying vagina and the stuff that he said, I sent him also in a message that y'all ain't see, because like I said, I don't want to look like I'm just replying to myself, because he deleted some messages before that. But I said to him, I said, listen, if I was the head, if I was all like this, really, I'd have been told you, let's meet up. Let's meet up. You know what I mean? For real, for real. But as you see, I kept it on music because I got some type of love for you. You know what I mean? Let's go there. And he knows that. I said, I normally be on some let's meet up. Like, forget all this internet, because I'm not one of them internet bores. But instead, I kept it, I'm on some, all right, I'm going to bomb you with this music. You know what I mean? But make a long story short, and I know it's what my fans want, you know, end of the day, and all end of the day, he really want to feed his family. No matter how much he try to act like a little sensitive girl, but he want to talk about Meek, acting like a coward, Meek acting sensitive, but everything that I'm doing, you did with Meek. I'm proving my point with the messages, like you called yourself proving your point with Meek. Come on, man. That's what I mean by they respect fair, they don't respect love. Same way, he trying to do me like how Meek did him. So then this was his response after everything, because like I said, he deleted some messages, so I'm not going to do all the other messages. So he says, I'm done talking. You be blessed. Me being at your cousin's house must was a big deal for you. Just another day for me. Smelling himself arrogant, right? Sorry you're not memorable, homie. Drop your diss song. Laugh out loud. Hopefully you get popping off of it. This boy. You not worth a diss song. You know you can't mess with me, really. You're not worth a diss song from me. Laugh out loud. We cracking the F up. Mr. Nobody Should Be the title of your diss. Really? Now watch this. You sound like, and then you notice he said, we cracking up. Who you sitting over there with while you doing this? And I'm my own man. I ain't have to call nobody, or I ain't have to have nobody, you know what I'm saying? I ain't putting nobody else in it. I ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? The streets know me, and I love the outcome every time. Watch. So, that's my reply. You sound like you smelling yourself a little too much. But yeah, because I speak facts, but yeah. You did used to inspire me, so now exposing who you really are. And I go hard for God with my music, so you ain't got no win. I spelled win the wrong way, typo. You ain't got no win. That's why you don't want to go track for track. But these bars going to pierce your heart. That's what the double-edged sword do. That's that word. So you're going to look like a fool not to respond. I'm not these other rap cats. That's why you fronting on me. I'm well known and you fell off. Yup. If anything, I'm going to help your career with this banger and trash you at the same time. Move over here. And trash you at the same time. Stay tuned. Eyes and ears emoji. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You played yourself, oh. You played yourself. You did your better getting all this off with me, but really you sucked it all up. You really don't want nothing with me, because really you really want to ride off Meek name. You want to ride off him, oh. That's what you really want to do. What you trying to make it seem like with me is what you doing with Meek. You expose yourself. You played yourself, dog. Now I'm going to bomb you. I'm going to bomb you, and guess what? It ain't nothing like nobody else. You would have did better going track for track with me. You would have did better going bar for bar with anybody else. That's why you don't want to go bar for bar. Talking about, I ain't worth your bar. That's how you rap. Every time I get through, shut up. Nobody don't want to hear that, dog. That's why Meek ain't want to do a track with you, dog. I would have took you somewhere, man. Oh wow, but guess what? I got you. I got you, good brother. I got you. Best believe that. When I hit you with these bars, ain't gonna matter. You're gonna have to respond. And guess what? You ain't gotta say nothing, because guess what? Everything is put out here right here. So they know the facts. They know I ain't just rapping to be rapping. You know what I mean? And just like I said, like, you know, at the end of the day, this is what my fans want. You know what I mean? I'm going to give them them bars. I could easily, like I said, I sent you the message. You know what I mean? I normally would tell a dude I'd meet up with him and all that. I ain't, you know what I mean? The reason why I kept it on that note, because I know at the end of the day, you just want to feed your daughter. I see you post a video with your daughter. You just want to feed your daughter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just want to make money. You just want to get back from falling off after being with Jay-Z and everybody. You just want to get back. You drown in that water. Meek wouldn't pull you up. So you dissed him, and then once you see it, Meek ain't respond or ain't go your way, he ain't respond you want it, then now you trying to play that role and do your little soft interviews. Oh, man, really, man, it ain't that deep, man. It ain't that deep. The fans making it that deep. No, dude, you made it that deep. One thing about me, I ain't buckling up. Yeah, I diss Meek, but guess what? I spoke why I diss Meek, and I'm standing on what I said. And I said I'm keeping it lyrical. I ain't out to kill him, but I'm going to kill him lyrical. Like I'm about to kill you lyrical. Now watch the outcome, boy. Watch the outcome. This is what I'm talking about. That's why Death to Devil Music 2 is dedicated to you and the rest of you clowns that I'm exposing and I'm dissing. Now, I mean, I'm going in my bag on you dudes, man. You dudes as class clowns, man. Y'all in the way. Y'all bars don't match the mine. I go hard for God, dog. I go hard for God. I'm not your typical rapper. I'm not your average rapper. I'm not you dudes, man. I'm not none of you dudes, man. None of y'all is on my level, man. And to top it off, I sent him this too. Meant to mention this to y'all. And this is when he also tried to say, you're going to use these. You remember what I said when he said, I forgot you're going to use these messages. When he called himself deleting the messages and all that. I said, didn't you take what Meek said and post it to prove your point? You just contradicted yourself with that one, oh. But again, it's cool because these bars going to set you straight. And remember my cousin that I said that he was over our crib and stuff like that? He was over my cousin's crib and all that? This is my cousin Chaka right here. I even went as far as send him a picture. Like, stop playing like you don't know what I'm talking about. That's my boy Mark. LV Stand Up. That's me. And my cousin Chaka. And we actually across the street. In the park across the street from the crib that he was at. You know what I mean? Making it known. That was the whole point of talking about that. The fact that, anybody else is trying to make it seem like a frenzy, like, you going off because Meek don't know who you is. Why would I do that? I know who I am and I'm well known. Gil got more respect than him. I salute, and I got the utmost more respect for Gil. Because he not only do he keep it G, but Gil got more clout than him. You know what I mean? And y'all was beefing against them and ain't win. I was beefing against the figures and ain't win. Look at the clout and respect, and Gil still popping over you. And I got the most love and utmost respect from Gil, same way as I give it back to him. So why would I care about OSCHINO? Look, it's showing. I sent the picture right here. Pick them up, people right here and act like you don't know who she is. And remember, I said he was deleting stuff after that. I said, and this is my cousin Chaka right here. Now act like you don't remember her face. You going to tell me you wasn't over my cousin crib now? Shaking my head. Because I told him I prayed with him and everything. All glory be to God. But it's like, that's what made me feel some type of way. How you going to try to act like you don't know who I am? And I showed a picture and everything. And you still going to try to roll over and act like that goes to show these were your intentions. You see what I'm doing with my opinion show. You see what I'm doing with my music. You see my history of things, how I do when I bombcast and everything. So you wanted that. You want me to. Really, you using any advertising that you can. You seen what happened with Meek and stuff like that with the beef stuff. So you did the same thing with Meek. You did the same thing. You said, oh, okay, well, I want to get in the midst of this beef stuff. You know what I mean? I want to beef with Meek. That's what it takes. But then once I get at you, you know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, I reached out to you. It was all love. Because we supposed to do a track anyway, and you try to respond like you ain't know who I was, and I put it out there, how you don't know who I am, and I did the same thing you did with Meek, well, since you want to play like that, and I put facts out there about you, oh, you don't like it when the rabbit got the gun, when the shoe was on the other foot. So this is how you react. Really? This is how you respond? And you see he put the laugh out loud with it. Come on, dog, you was comical, dog. This is how you respond? Are you serious? Like I said, they don't respect love, they respect fear. Now I'm bombing you crazy, dog. Now I'm bombing you crazy, and you know your bars can't hang, dog. This song is about you, boy. Watch this. And y'all seen it here first. It is what it is. So now, OSCHINO on my list. Look out for the diss track next. It is what it is. I'm bombing him viciously. I'm going to help your career out, all right? I'm going to help Jay-Z look at you some more. And if I get signed after this, don't try to say you did it for me, all right? Because I ain't looking to be signed. I'm signed myself. I'm entrepreneur from the rip. You understand what I'm saying? Independent from the rip. I don't need nobody. All I need is God. All I need is Jesus Christ. That's another reason why y'all acted the way y'all acting the way y'all act. Because y'all hated him before y'all hated me. But guess what? Watch this outcome. Watch this diss track I'm doing next. I'm going to help you out, bruh. Meek ain't pull you out the water, but these bars, they going to lift you up. Make the hood rich, baby.